everyone, it's the Tide's Changing, and welcome to the third episode of my Let's Build series. So last time we made a few modifications to the exterior and also did the windows and doors. In today's video we will be doing the wallpaper on the outside. So the first thing that I did was I found a nice neutral stone color to put on this area that sticks out a little further just to frame it. And when I do the wallpapering, I like to do it in bits, like not put one wallpaper over the whole thing. I also like to use different wallpapers for areas that are different depths, if that makes sense, just to set things apart and make things look a little interesting. And here I chose a neutral siding just to put inside of there, just to separate it from the stone. And now I'm just finishing up putting that wallpaper down there. And now what I'm doing is I'm just placing that stone color over there just to emphasize that area since it sticks a little bit further out. And now I'm just finishing up making that entire area that sticks out all stone. And this part right here was kind of tricky for me. It took me a little bit to find the right wallpaper. Originally as you can see, I was going to go with just a plain neutral colored wall, but then as you can see, it's kind of boring and not really interesting at all. And yeah, I tried making it match the color of the siding, and that was even more boring since it was the same color. And yeah, there I tried putting in the same siding, and that also looked boring. Because I wanted to have more than two kinds of wallpapers in this, just so, to make it look more interesting, make things pop a little more. I also attempted to make the windows darker, which did not help things at all and just looked weird. Yeah, so with this house I was going for more of a neutral color scheme, just because that tends to be what I like best. I guess I'm just not as much of a fan of bright colors as some other people are, and that's just, personal preference. And for that wall, I ended up deciding on using that barn wallpaper just because it had a different texture, which added some variety to it. And I ended up making it neutral at first, which once again looked boring, nothing interesting about it. Yeah, I was originally gonna make this blue, but I decided not to just because I always do blue since it's my favorite color, and I just want to do something a little bit different. And yeah, I didn't really end up going that different because, as you'll see in a few seconds, I ended up making it green, which is my second favorite color. I guess in the future, I'll experiment with colors a little more, because usually my houses end up being blue or green, or maybe yellow. But yeah, I'll try to experiment more with colors in the future. I do really like the way that this green wallpaper looks though. It definitely, it's a nice, earthy, simple look. Here you can begin to get an idea of what the finished product looks like, since these are the three wallpapers that I ended up using. Yeah, I ended up putting that neutral siding over there as well, just since that area was set back a little bit further. And next I just put that rock wallpaper along the foundation there, since I thought the foundation should be rocky. And I put the green wallpaper there as well, since it's a little bit further back. It's about the same depth back as the other area that had the green wallpaper. And once again here you can see the front of the house and how it's coming along. And I put the stone there, I felt like it would look nice to have the stone there along the entrance area. And once again I put the stone wall on the foundation and a little bit around there. I put the neutral siding around that side as well. And for that area that sticks out there, I put the rock once again, since I like to put the rock on the areas that stick out a little further, and put the green siding on the areas that still stick out but aren't quite as far out. And here I'm just finishing that wall up, and I put the stone there as well. just because I felt like it would have looked weird to put the green siding there too. And yeah, and here you can get a good look at the side of it. And yeah, as you can see here, I was trying to experiment with putting siding there as well, but I didn't like that as much, so I went back with the stone. And then I also tried putting stone there as well, but I felt like it wasn't enough variety, so I ended up going back with the green siding. So since the rest of the video is just going to be me repeating what I already did on the rest of the house, I will talk about the other house that I'm working on, which is the one for the house building video that I'll be making at the end of this month. I put out a channel info video last week, and in that I said that I plan to do those every 4 weeks. So the next one will be out 2 weeks from this coming Sunday. And the house that I'm working on now is going to be an Isla Paradiso like Honolulu Haven was, but instead of being modern, it's actually going to be a more traditional beach house. Yeah, so once this is done, I wanted to do one of the time-lapse house building videos for it as well, as a nice season finale to showcase it. And that video I will be putting out on one of the Let's Build days, and not the Sundays like I do just the regular house building videos that, I work on my own. Anyway, I like how the apartment is coming along so far. It's actually turning out better than I thought it would be. Just because it's such a big building, big square building, that I wasn't really sure that I could make it look very interesting. But yeah, I think it's coming along very well right now. It normally takes me a lot longer than this to do the wallpaper, but for some reason this was just a little bit easier to do. This was actually about, I guess, 24 minutes in real time, so yeah, it only took me about 24 minutes to do the exterior colors. And yeah, sometimes it can take me an hour, maybe 2 hours. I know for Honolulu Haven, I think I could have possibly put in 2 hours into it just because I changed the wallpaper so many times in that house to get it how it ended up. And now the wallpaper is nearing completion. So in the next video, we will be beginning landscaping the front yard, because I want to do the outside first and then move on to the inside. And that video will hopefully be out on Wednesday, so keep an eye out for it. The last thing that I'm doing here is making the shutters a dark green color to go with the siding. And I'm just doing that for all of the shutters. And since it's the end of the video, thanks for watching and keep an eye on Wednesday for the next video. Bye!